Welcome to AP Seminar Survivor. I'm Billy Bob Joe, and here are our contestants.
Hello, I am Justice Ape, and I'm contestant number 1. I like pickles. Say goodbye, no cap!
I'm Pluto Chinchilla. The end.
Hi, I'm contestant number 3, Martha Anteater, but I cook like Martha Stewart.
I'm the AP Seminar Survivor Corrector. Some people call me pain in the ass.
And now we're going to go to our first competition. First up, our first contestant is Justice Ape.
The theme that these two sources have is they have a issue, and in the two sources they start to mention some ways of how it is that people decide to try to solve the problems, or what it is that some people may or may not do in order to get what they want in the sources. The perspective that source A has is the author talking about how there are people that don't go outside to see nature because they don't feel comfortable going outside. The perspective that source D provides is the author Kata Lapaloza is talking about how some people may like to travel because traveling is a way of how they escape their problem that they have in that place, so when traveling they decide to go somewhere else to get their mind off the problems that they may have as a way to escape from their problems. In conclusion, the theme these two sources have is they both have a type of solution to the issue they have.
Next up, Pluto Chinchilla.
When problems occur in someone's life, their most common response is to run. In source C, it says that in 2030, the total number of tourist trips is expected to reach 37.4 million. While vacations can be a great escape from reality, they are also a way for someone to avoid their mental health problems, and the traveling results in global pollution. This leads people to wonder if traveling virtually can decrease the population in the world while still giving people an escape. If people can use the VR more frequently to deal with their mental health and enjoy a beautiful trip, they may take less trips, which could decrease carbon emissions and result in less global pollution. This could be a more accessible way for people to deal with their mental health. The nature virtual reality can improve someone's mental health by giving them a quick break from reality to decrease their stress. And even if people start to use the technology to replace some of their trips, it will decrease carbon emissions. If some people can report to cutting down on traveling and using the virtual reality, it will help global pollution overall. This can still improve mental health struggles while also helping to save the planet.
And our final contestant for round 1, Martha Anteater.
According to authors Zara Pololikashvili and Young Tae Kim of the World Tourism Organization and International Transport Forum, carbon emissions from tourism transport totaled to a significant 982 million tons in 2005, posing several environmentally challenging outcomes. However, in more closely considering the argument of the latter group, a possibly elevating question emerges. To what extent can modern nature simulation technologies be used to satisfy both desired human activity and responsible environmental outcomes? In answering this question, it appears that many pieces of relevant data point to one conclusion. Simulating outdoor activities using modern technology immensely benefits the terrestrial environment by reducing carbon-emitting activity while making positive therapeutic and escapist outcomes more accessible for diverse user groups. Beginning with the user benefits of adapting nature using simulation, it appears it both provides cognitive benefits and makes nature more accessible. For instance, according to authors Matthew H. E. M. Browning et al. Of Frontiers of Psychology for people such as the 40 million Americans who are daily restricted from the sweet gift of nature due to their disability, an inexpensive and convenient solution is virtual reality, according to source A. In corroboration to these positive mental effects is author Katka Lapislova of Four Doors Travel, who writes that outside escapism is an exciting privilege that grounds you in the present and requires you to deal with virtually everything that is normally mindless back home, according to source D. As such, the use of stimulated environments, whether they are simple nature settings or even other activities such as traveling, can hold accessible positives for user cognition and escapist desire and negatives. Thus, it is apparent that adopting virtual reality systems to stimulate nature and outdoor experience can combat global warming by reducing carbon-emitting and human activities while maintaining the integrity and positive physiological effects of the outdoors. Therefore, the largest consideration and solution to the above research question provides is to spread awareness about environmental issues and combat them using human solutions. As such, it is important to approach the subject with both tact and literacy.
We will now move to the voting stage for round 1.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
The round 1 votes are in. The first vote goes to Justice. The second vote of the 3 votes goes to Martha. The third and final vote, and the person being voted off, Justice.
No, this was my life's dream!
Justice's response lost round 1 because it is driven by summary of the sources rather than a student perspective. The response does not go beyond attempting to identify a theme, and the identification of a theme remains unclear as well. Additionally, the commentary is so minimal that it fails to establish line of reasoning. The second paragraph is super fictional repetition of some of the ideas from source A. And the third paragraph does the same with source D. The response does not contribute any ideas about the sources beyond providing a basic summary. Thirdly, it merely presents a brief list of ideas from source A and D. Reporting what the sources say does not constitute a thoughtful use of the provided material. Furthermore, the response makes oversimplified statements about both sources, offering evidence that is too general to effectively work in an essay. Finally, while it attributes ideas from the sources, the flaws in grammar and style impede communication to the reader. It tries to fully understand the points that the response is trying to get across.
Pluto's response placed second to round one because it accurately identifies the thematic connection of balancing our need for primitive and nature provides our environmental footprint. The response argues that VR technology can mitigate global pollution while also helping people deal with their mental health. However, the perspective is overly general and is derived directly from source A and C without an original student perspective. Additionally, the argument about technology helping with mental health struggles while also helping to save the planet is generally clear throughout. The commentary is not robust and is source-driven instead of student-driven. When the response introduces evidence to support a claim, it does so in a simplistic manner each time. Additionally, the commentary does not fully capture the nuance of the sources. Thirdly, it accurately uses information from two of the provided sources A and D. However, the interpretation of the evidence is not particularly insightful. Instead, the response simply pulls out from the sources to support its overall simplistic argument. While the response connects these responses in the same paragraph, there is little synthesis of ideas. Finally, while it is generally clear, the writing does not enhance the argument. Additionally, the student voice is weak in explaining the context of the sources. It does not explain, for example, how these sources emerge in a particular time or place. Martha's response won round one because it presents an original take on common theme of natural environment and the ways human activities such as travel impact it. Specifically, the response proposes a compromise between the environmental goals and the human need to access the outdoors. The proposed solution is technological, simulated environments, whether they are simple nature settings or even other activities such as traveling. Secondly, it builds a solid line of reasoning with each claim supported by appropriate evidence. Throughout the response, robust commentary explains why the selected evidence supports the overarching argument about the modern technology as a solution for our environmental concerns and for the human need for temporary escape.
And now we'll head to our second round. Our first contestant up is Pluto.
America today is not America like 5 or 10 years ago. America today is higher on fast food places than in fresh and healthy vegetables. With the need of increase in cereal production, rice, maize, wheat for people on welfare. Even larger percentage, perhaps 65%, is malnourished. No room is left for policy. Even if present production could expand rapidly by 30% in the developing countries, the hunger problem as it now exists would not be solved. In conclusion, fast food and healthy food have been a problem. With healthy food being limited, consumers tend to go to fast food.
And our second and final contestant of round two, Martha.
Imagine walking down the street in a crowded city trying to find somewhere to eat. Within 2 or 3 blocks, you've probably seen a Taco Bell, Jack in the Box, Wendy's, Subway, at least 2 McDonald's, and maybe, if you're lucky, 1 independent healthy restaurant. One potential option has recently sparked the question, should farmers be able to subsidize to increase production and availability of healthier foods? In comparing the current pros and cons of fast food versus independent restaurants, and in considering the economic and societal implications of outside intervention, it is clear that farmer subsidization could significantly increase the availability of healthier food options in America. To understand the complexities of this discussion, it is necessary to determine why American consumers turn to fast food and junk food. In Gallup's 2013 annual consumption poll, respondents were questioned on the frequency of their consumption of fast food and their perceptions of fast food generally. The results of the poll revealed that all Americans perceive fast food to be not too good for you. Much of this is attributed to the abundance and proximity of these food options. Fast food is in fact fast, and consequently it is the most highly consumed by young people who rely on the ease and affordability of fast food options. Therefore, it is evident that the current world of American fast food dining is deeply flawed. However, should action be taken to subsidize farmers in production of natural healthy food options, the landscape of this market can be changed so that healthier options can be more affordable for all Americans, allowing them to put down the fries and pick up their lives.
And now our 2 contestants will decide the winner of the AP Seminar Survivor Challenge.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
The votes for the second round are in. The first vote goes to Pluto. And the second vote in the final round of this year's competition goes to Pluto, making a unanimous decision, voting Pluto out and making Martha the winner.
Pluto's response lost ground too because it is unclear whether a theme has been identified from the sources. There is no effort to bring the sources together, and the introductory paragraph reflects a misreading of the source it uses. Additionally, there is no clear argument, and as a result, there is no line of reasoning to follow. The commentary is confusing and sometimes fails to make sense. Countries such as the US, Canada, Australia, Argentina, and Russia won't allow the expansion to happen because they're weak economies and therefore can't even expand their cereal production by at least 30%. Thirdly, the evidence is used randomly and is not utilized to support a claim. Source B, for example, has little to do with poor diets. In the United States, nor does Source B connect at all with the later argument about fast food consumption in the United States. Finally, the writing is clumsy, which makes it difficult to shepherd the meaning. Through some sources are cited, many are unattributed. Material is often paraphrased or quoted exactly without citations. Martha's response was limited because it reflects a clear understanding of the sources and uses those sources to articulate its own thesis about the need for government to regulate the nutritional values of food offered. It steps out of its own perspective and then enters a conversation with those sources. Additionally, its argument is easily disconcertable and well developed. The argument derives a response. Its claims are ordered logically, and the line of reasoning is easy to follow. Secondly, information from the sources is seamlessly woven into the argument. The evidence is not cherry-picked. Claims are matched to the material from the sources. Finally, it is well written and easy to follow. It uses transitions well. However, in comparison, therefore, to guide the reader through the analysis, there are few errors in grammar or syntax, and the writing generally enhances the argument.
Congrats to Martha for winning this year's AP Seminar Survivor Challenge. I will now present the reward certificate.
Yeah.